today's work.
There you go.
Okay, greetings everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're so glad everyone is here with us today. We're excited about the work that we're going to be doing today. Not only work for the collective consciousness of humanity and actually even far beyond that, I would say, but also we're going to be doing work specific for the individual that each of us are. So we've got a lot that we'll be doing here. So it's pretty amazing. Today, our focus is going to be on, our main focus, I guess you could say, is going to be on activating the planetary soul star chakra. We'll get into a little bit of explanation about what the soul star chakra is and where the planetary soul star chakra is located in just a little bit. And then the second part of what we're going to be doing, we're going to, in our meditation journey today, we're going to be, as the individuals that we are, okay, we're going to be going to a place, looking back, going to a memory point, I guess we would call it, that where you have clear knowledge and remembrance of why you chose, as the individualized consciousness that you are, to incarnate into physical form on earth at this time, and what you came here to do, what your sacred contract is, or your sacred contractual work, or the commitments, you know, whatever term you want to use to describe why you as the individualized consciousness chose to come here at this point in time in Earth's consciousness evolution journey. Kyra, you want to say hello and whatever else you would like to say right now when we get started?
Hello, everyone, and welcome, and thank you for being here on this afternoon.
Okay. Kyra gets shy on me every once in a while. Okay, so let me see. There's so much information. What I have done is sort of made me some notes here. So if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes that I have in front of me here. We're going to allow the information to come through that is what this particular group collective conscious mind, this temporarily created group collective conscious mind, most needs to hear right now. And what I mean by that, when we come together as the individuals that we are to work like this, okay, we create what I call a temporarily created group collective conscious mind. And what that does is it brings us all to a place individually and that where we can access and receive more knowledge, more information, and we can do more work and be of more positive benefit to the collective consciousness of humanity as one. This is sort of that, not sort of, this is that, a group collective conscious mind is really about what that, having a moment there, and you notice I'll do that sometimes.
Phrase, is that where you're going?
Phrase, thank you. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. That's what we become as a group collective conscious mind. So let's start with, let me think. Let's start with what we're here today as the activating of the planetary soul star chakra. This information came through, okay, of course, most of you who are here today or will be listening and participating in this in no time, no space, know that I work with what is known as Metatronic Numerology, as an advanced form of ancient future the sacred art, ancient future sacred art of numerology, something that this collective once had access to, but that as we moved as a collective ever deeper into the denser frequency reality dimensions to experience 3D Earth, you could say, we lost access to it. Well, because the collective is raising its frequency again, and which simply means it is expanding its consciousness. We are moving back into being able to work with and understand and receive back a lot of ancient future information and knowledge that we had lost. And lost simply means we've forgotten it. So it's really a remembering. Well, part of my sacred contractual work in this lifetime is to bring back ancient future knowledge. And one area of that is Metatronic Numerology. So as with Metatronic Numerology, that, and then just the work that I do, the other part of the work that I do just with my spiritual guides, higher self, you know, all these terms we use, however you want to see it and understand it, in receiving information. So this information, when we're going to go back to the activation of the planetary soul star chakra. This was information that back would have been, I'm pulling the memory back, excuse me. You'll notice, and I apologize for that, it's just simply how I work. I close my eyes a lot because it helps me focus on the inner vision. It's not me trying to be rude. The human feels the need to say that. I want to say back in July, late July, getting ready for the Lion's Gate and the Dragon's Gate work, I did not ever get a chance to do a detailed report on the Lion's Gate and the Dragon's Gate simply because my 3D life is extremely busy. But part of the information that did come through was that we would soon be activating the planetary soul star chakra. Let's look at the planetary soul star chakra. What is a soul star chakra? Well, we're all familiar with the 7 main chakras of the physical form. You know, everything from the root to the crown. Those belong to the physical form. Then we have chakra system, chakras beyond. They're called, in today's terminology, transpersonal chakras because they're not within the physical form. Okay, one of those that is one of the first that is necessary to activate as we get ready to go galactic, which is going to be where the collective consciousness of humanity and Earth go beginning next year, 2020. We'll touch on that just a hair more later. But the soul star chakra, it governs and regulates the opening to the knowledge, the wisdom, and the compassion necessary to attain enlightenment. It is also necessary to, along with other higher chakras within the physical form, necessary to activate it, along with other transpersonal chakras, which we'll be doing more work with these as we go on. We're just we're starting here. This is where I was led to start. So that eventually we can connect to what is known as the stellar gateway chakra. Okay. So, like I said, the soul star chakra, now this is true for both us as the individual we are and as the planet, as the individualized consciousness it is. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Just a moment. I'm looking for... So what the soul star chakra does, like I said, it governs and regulates the opening of knowledge. And we're talking about the ancient future knowledge, the higher dimensional knowledge, okay? wisdom, okay, which wisdom is simply knowing what to do with this advanced knowledge that you receive and comes your way and you begin working with. It's also, we're not going to get too deep into that. It's just simply knowing what to do with the knowledge that you receive. Let's just leave it at that. And then compassion. But here we're talking about compassion that is from the high heart chakra, not from the heart chakra within the physical form. Both are necessary. Both have to be balanced and maintained. But just very quickly, the compassion that we as humans feel for others, and this is from the heart chakra, okay, that is our beginning point, working with the higher chakras and the higher dimensions. I see a strange look on Kyra's face. Is there something here? Kyra, you're muted, remember?
No, there was just the computer was.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to figure out what it was doing. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. No, that's okay. I just want to make sure.
Frozen. How about?
No. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't. Okay. So, but the compassion from the heart chakra, that's the one that really, as the humans, kind of gets us in trouble, if you want to know the truth, okay? Because it's the one where we feel so deeply. This is the empathic compassion, I guess we could say. I've written an article about this and shared it a few times. If you go to my website and just Google compassion, just put in the word compassion in the search box there, it'll bring this up. But very basically stated, compassion from the human heart is the one that overwhelms us. It's where our empathy is most directly attached to, and that's the one that's the most difficult, but it's the one that first has to be mastered, let's say. Then you open the high heart, okay, and you begin working with compassion from the high heart. I like the term compassion with detachment. If you put those search words in on my website, you will also find an article talking about that. As a matter of fact, the same article talks about it. It gives a little bit of explanation that compassion with detachment allows us to better master, is the only word that's coming to mind right now.
Or manage emotions.
Manage emotions. There. Thank you, Kyra. And it is the one that really is where we need to be working from. Okay. So the soul star for the planet, remember? Once again, it governs, regulates the opening of the knowledge, the ancient future, higher dimensional knowledge, the wisdom and the compassion necessary to attain, to achieve enlightenment. Now, not only is this for the planet, but for you personally, for the individual humans that we are, the soul star chakra is extremely important also, because it is here that your life's purpose, that is why we're incorporating these two works together today, okay, is in this lifetime, is held in the knowledge here. It's clearly held here, okay? And you have a blueprint, not to confuse. You have a blueprint of your physical life, all right, and the work you came here to do that's held within the lower Dan 10, which you can just associate with the sacral chakra, okay? But that clear remembrance that we're talking about getting to today is held in the soul star chakra. And the reason that we're going to that point, we're actually going to go to a point during our meditation where we remember clearly what we came here to do, why we chose to come here, okay? And that is the point just before physical conception of the human form that we are inhabiting right now, because the moment that physical conception occurs, the forgetfulness of this lower frequency reality begins. That's not a punishment. That's not a bad thing. That's not any of these things that, you know, the old paradigm teachings sort of taught us. It's just simply the way this works, okay? Okay, Kyra, anything here you want to add or ask, or if anyone has questions up to this point, now would be the time to do that. So does everyone kind of have at least a basic understanding of what the soul star chakra is, planetary and individually? Give just a moment and allow me to.
It's turning a dial. We're going to turn our little AM FM radio station to that channel of the soul star within, you know, our let's say aura, you know, all the chakras within the aura, the big oval that we are, and with the planetary chakra, just we're going to turn that dial and just get right on that channel. And then don't overthink it. Let it just come in feelings or whatever. Don't get the mind in there trying to figure something out. I think it'd be easier for you.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so going back to where this information came from. Okay, I'm just going to give real quick, because for some people this information is necessary. I'm feeling and hearing, because each of us will take away from here today as the individual we are, information that assists you, because each of us, even though we're here working together, and that is totally necessary where we're at right now in this collective consciousness and this journey as a collective, but that doesn't take away from the importance of each of our work individually. Okay, so information that is shared here today, for some of you, part of it will go, I don't even know what she's talking about. You know, I don't need to know that stuff. And others will go, oh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. So I'm just sharing the information that being led to for this particular group in this now moment. And this now moment includes not only right now in what we call physical real time, but also in what the term no time, no space, those who will join later by watching and participating in this work. So at the Dragon's Gate, the Lion's Gate and the Dragon's Gate, I'm not going to go into what the Dragon's Gate is. We can do that another time. A lot of you who follow and do this work know that already. Okay, this is a little bit, for at least for people in this country, in the U.S., anytime you say 9/11, there strikes a sensitivity. Okay, and we all know what that means, but I really feel compelled to just share this bit of information. Okay, going back to where this all kind of started. If we go back, we're going to go all the way back to about 1960, 1965. Okay, during that time frame, our galaxy, now get the difference here, okay? Not our planet, our galaxy came into alignment with what is known as the Magellanic magnetic field. Okay, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that right now, but when I say came into alignment, we came into a 1-degree alignment with that. So you can say it's conjunct. All right. Now this alignment with the Magellanic magnetic field, all right, first of all, is an extremely long in linear time when it comes around. This 1 degree, the 1 degree alignment. Okay, so if you think about astrology, right, and a circle is 360 degrees, and you know the outer planets, how they move slowly. All right, well, we're going way out into intergalactic reality. Okay, so 1 degree, it takes over 4,166,000 linear Earth years to move through 1 degree of this magnetic field. Now, this magnetic field, this alignment, this exact alignment, what it is for, how we benefit from it, right? It is an extremely efficient and powerful propulsion force for consciousness expansion. You know, we'll at another time, we'll do a show just on the Magellanic magnetic field and all that that entails and everything. But know that this is a part of what has propelled us forward. If you go back to, even if you're not old enough, even if you weren't born, you know, then, but just the, if we think about this belief system, where we are today, as we sit here, right here in this now moment, we can, in one perspective, we can say we kind of owe where we're at now to what transpired with the hippie, the counterculture movement of the hippies, the power, you know, flower power, love and peace. It was the beginning, really, of all of this, moving out of that closed, tight, mainstream mindset and reality system. Okay. Okay. So you're saying, okay, so how is this related to 9/11? Okay. So we're going to jump forward from the 60s, okay, early to mid 60s, to the Lionsgate of 2001. The Lionsgate 2001, we had an intergalactic energy wave infusion, if you will, into our galaxy, straight into the heart of our galaxy, okay, the very center, into our solar system, the solar system in which Earth resides, and straight pinpointed to Earth. We can call this, just to keep this as simple as possible and move on for the actual work, an intergalactic compassion wave. So what transpired was, as this collective consciousness, and we've gone all the way back now to 2001, the collective consciousness of humanity had reached a point where, remember in 1987, we had harmonic convergence. We said, hey, we're here, we're ready, there's enough of us awake to take on some responsibility. 2000, which gave our intergalactic family permission, if you will, to assist us. We had to get to a certain point, and we still have to get to certain points where we get more and more assistance. They can't just interfere. We have to ask for it. We have to see it that way. We have to ask for the assistance. And the way of asking for the assistance is by raising the frequency of the collective. So this intergalactic compassion wave came through, all right, on the Lionsgate of 2001. So that was August 8th, 2001. Well, what transpired now, that what the compassion wave was, it's an energy infusion that gave this collective consciousness of humanity its first collective, and that is the key word there, collective experience of this high heart compassion. All right. It was an initial experience for this reality right now, okay, in the present projected time frame reality that this collective consciousness of humanity currently resides within. Well, as wonderful as that was an extremely powerful energy wave. Let's just say it that way, to kind of keep this as simple as possible. What transpired was now, don't take this, please, please, please understand this information the way it is intended and what I'm really saying. So please pay close attention right here. With this intergalactic compassion wave, now that's just a term that I'm using, okay, to describe the type of energy that this wave was. Remember, we earned it. We got there. We said, okay, help us, send us what is going to propel us forward quickly and efficiently as a collective. All right. And it was this energy wave. But this energy wave was so different, so huge, so something far beyond what the current mindset of the collective consciousness of humanity could really comprehend at that time consciously, keyword consciously, okay, that it made a subconscious choice of an event that would create compassion at this level across the planet. From the human perspective, unfortunately, that event was what has come to be known as the 9/11 event of New York City. Okay. Kyra, I'm being called to ask you to share some information that, one, you've already shared when we were talking here a while back about those who participated in that event. In other words, that day, those who lost their physical lives, basically. Could you please share that information here quickly?
Well, it's hard as a human to separate everything, even though we try all the time to compartmentalize everything. So the people that acted out in the ways that they did, either the bad guys or the victims, they volunteered. They said, we will do this to show. And, you know, I think it's like company or organizations like HeartMath and everything have found, they have physically measured the events that bring out the most compassion, the you know, as they say, what brings out the best in a human is usually a catastrophic event where they'll give their life for someone else. It's like that. They've measured those events. 9/11 was one. Princess Di being killed was another. So it changes the frequencies of the earth when these things happen. So our collective agreed, the people that acted out on the stage of the humans, they did that on purpose. So, you know, it's hard to separate what it did inside all of us. I only watched it one time. I can't, I'm better as the empathic person that I am, but it's still hard to do. So I think that's what you wanted me to share. I'm not sure if I hit everything you wanted.
I think so. If not, if something else comes forward, just speak up, you know. So, but yes. So, you know, to kind of paraphrase and go over again, to clarify, because we really want to be clear here on this, because we truly understand that even the mention of 9/11, okay, is still such a sensitive point, but that's exactly it. That's exactly this intergalactic compassion wave energy we're talking about, okay? You can, it's still, even after all these years, because we're getting very close. We're 18 years out. Yeah, 18 years out from that. Okay, so there's this 20-year mark. So we keep coming back around. Okay, so that is part of. So we're going to move on from there because I think we've talked about that. I think we've explained that. Does anyone here now have a question or a comment? Have we made this clear? I really hope so. If you know, you can let Kyra know, and if so, we'll address it. Okay. So cycles within cycles within cycles within cycles, cosmic cycles, planetaries. I mean, you know, it's as above, so below, all of these things. It's all intertwined. It's all one journey, all one huge, beautiful cosmic journey. But here is the humans that we are. Okay, here is spirit manifest in human form. We've forgotten so much of what we know. And keyword there, know. We do know this. Okay, we're just trying to remember and bring it back into our conscious mind so that it propels us forward into where we know we are going as a collective, and to why we know we are here. All right. Those two things, I'm going to lay this aside. Now I want to go ahead and just bring in, and this may seem like we're just kind of jumping around, but let's just look at it this way. We're speaking higher self to higher self here. The information is flowing exactly as is required. Just checking my rest of my notes here. Okay. I'm going to read, I think there are 5 Metatronic Numerology I am keyword phrases associated with today's work, with all of the information that we've shared. Like I said, there is so much more. It is just not these 2 or 3 things, but these were the things that, because we're, you know, we try to keep this compacted to a certain amount of time, that seem the most relevant and the most important. And it, in all honesty, it is what everyone who has come here intentionally today to participate in this as the group collective conscious mind that we have created wanted to and needs to hear. All right. So as I read these, I ask that you just center yourself, close your eyes, and just hear the words, but more importantly, allow the energy to wash over you. Okay? Don't worry about trying to remember or anything else. All right. It's like a frequency pathway, if you will. So take a deep breath, relax, and we will begin. The 11 frequency. I am truth illumined through spiritual revelation. I am truth illumined through spiritual revelation. The 411 dual frequency. I am the knowledge of the creation of the foundation of form gained through spiritual truths illumined when in service to the one divine heart and mind. 411 dual frequency. I am the knowledge of the creation of the foundation of form gained through spiritual truths illumined when in service to the one divine heart and mind. The 422 dual frequency. I am manifest form in service to spirit. I lay the foundation upon which the sacred is built. 422 dual frequency. I am manifest form in service to spirit. I lay the foundation upon which the sacred is built. The 477 dual frequency. I am manifest form in service to the one. With knowledge received through the synthesis of spiritual intuition and physical intelligence, I lay the foundations of ancient future realities and worlds to come. The 477 dual frequency. I am manifest form in service to the one. With knowledge received through the synthesis of spiritual intuition and physical intelligence, I lay the foundations of ancient future realities and worlds to come. The 4477 dual frequency. I am the seed of reality, fed by knowledge gained through the synthesis of spiritual intuition and physical intelligence. I initiate and power the desired metamorphosis of the collective structured mindset. 477 dual frequency. I am the seed of reality, fed by knowledge gained through the synthesis of spiritual intuition and physical intelligence. I initiate and power the desired metamorphosis of the collective structured mindset. Okay. With the reading of those I am keyword phrases, we have moved into another energy field, a higher frequency energy field. I want to now very quickly share just a bit of knowledge information about where the planetary soul star chakra is located on the planet. It is located at Potala Palace in Laos, China, in China's Tibet Autonomous Region. This is the Potala Palace is, or was, has been, okay, the Dalai Lama's winter home. It was from 1649 to 1959. I shared online a picture of this palace. You can find it on Facebook if you're a Facebook follower. You can Google it just to have an image. The land the Potala Palace is on is said to be the ideal site as a seat of governance. So this is the reason, one of the reasons, okay, that, excuse me, the planetary soul star chakra is at this point. The hill it is on, and forgive my pronunciation, not my strong suit, is known as Marpori, and it represents Padmapani, who is a bodhisattva, okay, in the Buddhist religion. A bodhisattva is anyone on a path toward enlightenment, Buddhahood, okay? The colors of the soul star chakra, okay, of the planetary soul star chakra are magenta and gold, a swirling together of magenta and gold, okay? In the old paradigm, knowledge system, the colors associated with the soul star chakra you will a lot of times find as white or white and gold. But with where this collective is moving, what is occurring now, okay, the colors associations are magenta and gold, a swirling, a weaving, if you will, of magenta and gold, just to give you a little bit of conscious information and reference. Magenta is the color, the frequency, because you got to remember nothing inherently has color. All right, all color is what the cones in our eyes are reflecting back to us. All right, magenta is a bridge to spirit. It connects us to what it is like to exist outside of our physical bodies as pure spirit. It takes us to that place beyond the veil of illusion of physical reality. Okay. Gold. Gold is the frequency that contains ancient future knowledge and wisdom and how to utilize it. So I think you can understand with just understanding what the frequencies of those two colors, okay, weaving together, how they are associated with the soul star chakra. Like I said, today's work, we're going to get ready to move into today's work, is about activating the planetary soul star chakra. Does that mean that the planet has never had a soul star chakra before. No, it doesn't. But it has been dormant, let's just say, for a very long time, as just like the knowledge and that we lost in the sense of forgetfulness as we descended into the denser frequency reality of Earth to experience this reality system. So too did these higher chakra points, these energy vortexes, because that's what a chakra is. It's an energy vortex. Okay, go dormant. Did they close down? Okay, did we lose access to them? It is more like that. It is not that they never existed before, because as in the cycles within cycles of the spiral, we have, even this collective have experienced what is currently termed golden ages. That's when this knowledge was last remembered. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. Kyra, do you have anything you would like to share here before we get ready to go into the actual meditation process itself? I'm going to turn my lights down while you do.
Does anybody have any questions? You can type it in if you want. I don't really have anything. I think everybody's good as far as I can tell. You're muted, Essence. Why'd you mute yourself?
Because you were talking and I was going to be moving my chair.
Oh, okay. Well, no questions and I'm good.
Okay. And the only person that was having a problem was me trying to find my little button for my lights. So sorry about that. Okay. So we're now going to begin what we came here to do today, the work we came here to do. The activation, once again, reminder of where we're going, what our focus is. Activation of the planetary soul star chakra, as well as simultaneously returning to a memory point where we, as the individual human we currently exist at, bring back a full, clear remembrance of why we chose to incarnate onto Earth now as the human that we are, what we committed to as our sacred work, and why we are here. I'm sorry, lost one piece of paper. So if everyone will just, well, we'll go without it. Take a deep breath. Relax the body. And another deep breath. Inhale. Hold it just for a moment and exhale. Relax the mind. And one more deep inhalation. And inhale and hold it for just a moment and relax, and bringing yourself into center, balance, stillness, and prepare for this journey. As we come together in this now moment within a consciously and intentionally temporarily created group collective conscious mind, now let us begin gathering together within a luminous opaline sphere. We are being joined by galactic and intergalactic family from far beyond this Earth reality system. We give a moment's time to breathe, to center, and to move our consciousness into this opaline sphere, allowing all who are called into attendance of this work today, in this now moment, together. Now that all are gathered, we consciously and intentionally connect our hearts and our minds and our energy fields to experience the oneness that exists throughout the cosmos. Can visualize this opaline sphere of consciousness that we are now all a part of, freely floating through the cosmos, lifting off of planet Earth is our visual. And as we rise higher and higher, we float toward the Potala Palace above the city known as Laos in China, in Tibet. And instantly we are there, high above, individual sphere, luminous opaline sphere of consciousness. As we simply exist in the moment, enjoying the energies, the frequencies, the colors, of existing in this state of oneness with intergalactic family, we find the sphere of consciousness begins floating upward, directly above the Potala Palace of Earth. Floating ever upward, until we find it freely floating within the magnetosphere of Earth. For today, we as the individualized consciousnesses, we each have come together, called forth to be a part of this most sacred work with galactic and intergalactic family we have known since before time began. Feel the energies of this free-floating space within the magnetosphere above planet Earth, directly above the Potala Palace. Find yourself immersed in the experience. Let go of the thoughts of the human mind and simply experience the energies. As we release the thought of the mind, this allows the boundaries of this open and luminous sphere to open and allow in the energies, the frequency waves known as, viewed as, experienced as the colors of magenta and gold. Allow yourself, your individualized consciousness, to experience the waves of these two frequencies washing across you and through you as the individual you are and in this entire sphere of oneness, of intergalactic family. As these energy frequency waves swirl and mingle, the magenta and the gold swirl and mingle, creating ever more beautiful, delicate, and detailed weavings and combinations and beauties. It is as if you can see images come into shape and float away. They come into shape and they float away. And the movement continues. And the frequency raises and raises. Until suddenly and spontaneously an ignition and a light is ignited. A golden magenta light. And thus is activated the planetary soul star chakra of Earth. Simply allow yourself to experience being a part of this, for you were called across time and space. From that oh so ancient and that oh so far in the future of time has come together in this now, in this sphere, in this point. I am awakened, comes the voice across time. The beauty, I'd like for you to now, every individualized consciousness that is participating in this now, just ever so slightly pull your focus inward until just at the edge of the individualized self takes form. Right here, at this point, at this memory point of ancient future reality, do you know yourself? Do you fully and clearly remember? who you are, what you are, why you chose to incarnate on earth. You stand now as the individualized consciousness that you are within the planetary soul star chakra of earth, moments before the conception of your physical form, moments before the conception that your consciousness would inhabit, the form it would inhabit to come to earth. And here you see clearly, in full remembrance, the choice you made, why you made it, and what you wish to accomplish and fulfill, why you came to earth as the spark of ancient future divinity and knowledge that you truly are. I'm going to give you just a few moments to stand in this energy, in this knowing, in this point just before the spark of conception of the physical form of the human you currently exist as within the planetary soul star chakra, newly activated upon earth. Simply allow yourself to feel and experience. I will call for you momentarily. I ask that you now, each and every individual consciousness in attendance in this work today, now begin bringing your individualized awareness back into your form, whether it be human or of any other galactic family form. We, the collective consciousness of humanity of Earth, thank you for attending and participating in this most sacred of work in this now moment. And may the benefits for the collective consciousness of humanity, indeed for the consciousness of the cosmos' entirety, benefit from the work we have done today. Those of you who journeyed from Earth, I ask that you now please return to your physical form in your present now moment on Earth as the human you currently exist as. It has been my honor and my privilege to be a part of and to lead you in this journey today. I'm humbled and grateful to know each and every one of you across dimensions and times and realities. For truly you are family. And today's journey work is completed. Gaishtaim. Okay. If anyone has, before we end this recording today, Kyra, is there anything you would like to share?
Well, yeah, I will. Just so, even though we just did that journey, there's no such thing as time. And my example here is what I'm going to give you, that pay attention in the next couple of days, even for more that you'll get or understand. My journey into this meditation started in my dreams last night. And then as I was preparing for today, I lit some sage, and as I was watching the smoke go up, it was connected into the journey as well. So it's just like I was talking about that dial again, stay on the same frequency for a while before you get back to the 3D world and all its distractions, and watch for what is presented to you. So I guess that's the best I can do. Well, the one thing, y'all might know who this guy is. He was the one in the dream, but as I was doing the meditation, I realized he was my bigger self. But in the dream, I went down into a pool, and you know, when you come up and your face is just breaking the water, the guy that was in the TV show, The Office, he was a young guy named John in real life, I think. I forget his movie star, his role. But he gave, as my face broke the surface of the water, he blew gently in my mouth and gave me the lightest of kisses. And then I found myself on the pool, on the floor of the pool with no water in it. And it was the bigger part of me kissing myself and breathing life into me before I started the human journey. And in the pool with no water is the 3D experience. So they can be very convoluted, but as you sit and work with it, you can see the messages within it. I don't know if that came out clear. You know how I talk.
It did to me. It was absolutely beautiful. Thank you. I think that's amazing. And I think it's a wonderful visual and analogy, to share about us as the individualized consciousnesses that we are, getting ready to incarnate in earth, because that lightest of kisses that you just described, from yourself, okay, your fully remembered self, if you will, kissing you almost like a kiss goodbye, just before that spark, the true spark of conception of the physical form. I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure.
So, does anyone else have anything else they would like to say? We'll give just a moment, just in case. If not, we're going to get ready to end this.
I'm going to unmute them all. Maybe they...
Oh, okay. Go ahead and do that, maybe.
I guess I have to do each one individual, or if they don't want to be unmuted.
Yeah, some of them I think have to unmute themselves. But okay, I think we're going to go ahead and yeah, just a moment. Unless anyone, we've got just a couple of minutes, maybe, if anyone has anything that they really feel needs to be shared to go on the recording to share with others. I always like to give that opportunity, because sometimes, Spirit leads one to do that. So if not, we will end this meditation and this work today. Thank you all so much for participating. I am truly honored. Kyra and I both are. This was amazing, and I cannot wait to work with family again in our next work. And until then, thank you, Gashaim. We will stay online
Gashim.
for the home 116.